Howdy, YouTube Model Railroad Talk followers. It's been a minute since we have done a video with the holidays and stuff like that, which I'm sure you all understand. You get, it does kind of take up a little bit of time. Plus, with us kind of trying to come up with new ideas for our audio side, which is what started this all. For the new year, coming up with new stuff. It's kind of taken up a little bit. Plus, let's face it, I wanted to spend some time modeling. Over the past month or so, probably 2 months, let's put it that way, since about the beginning of November, I have more than doubled my fleet of rail cars since I'm in the process of rebuilding. I have added 4 or 5 more locomotives, 4 of which are Broadway Limited, the Paragon 4 SD40s. And I'm kind of maybe rethinking slightly how my prototype, because I'm proto freelance is what I'm doing. But I'm still going to be it's still going to be the Iowa Eastern Railroad. But since I'm modeling kind of my area in a sense, very loosely, I'm bringing in a lot of CP, Canadian Pacific or CPKC motive power. And so I'm kind of revamping it. I'm still working on that. I don't have anything dead set yet. However, though, that was kind of a side note. We have, over the past couple months, not only more than doubled the fleet of rail cars, we have gotten in a substantial amount of, and you can kind of see it right here, not only roadbed, but track turnouts. Basically blew my budget for the rest of the 2023 and even a little bit into 2024 between those and the 4 Broadway Limited locomotives. But I've been working on trying to get some of the bench work done. I'm actually at the point where next trip to the lumber store will be enough lumber to finish the bottom level of this railroad. Now, I have started coming around the corner to my right here, which we'll show you here in a minute, and where it's going to go. You can kind of see right here, this is actually a bench that's about 2 foot. It's going to go that way. It's going to dead end back there, which I will show you. And I've showed you this kind of before, but now that I've got my side piece over here where it's going to curve around, it may make more sense to you. But I've got to do track, adjust turnouts. I've got a few turnouts, not only in the new part that I normally go in and fine tune them and stuff, but I've got a few turnouts in other spots that I need to rework them or whatever, because certain locomotives or cars like to pop off and stuff. So I got to check the gauges and stuff like that. But anyways, I wanted to jump on here, I'll give you a tour. I've done a tour of it. Not much has changed on a bulk of the railroad. I have relayed the track on my swing gate. Now that I have cork roadbed, I did an audio episode of using not only Woodland Scenic's foam roadbed, which there's nothing wrong with that. I love that stuff. I've also talked about using topper tape as roadbed. The one thing that I found with the topper tape, the negative to it, and it's not that it's not wider, because it's just the width of HO scale track, the ties. The biggest issue I have with it is a lot more, it's way softer than even the Woodland Scenic's foam roadbed. So if you are doing a layout, whether it's 4x8 or around the walls and stuff, and you're not going to have any place where like swing gate or a lift out or what have you that you need to get in, that it's going to be, I want to say constantly, but moved to access the railroad, that stuff's going to work fine for you. Save the money. If you're so inclined, you know, I know the reason why I was using it was because at the time, cork roadbed, and since this is for a channel for new people as well, we're not just about cork roadbed, was hard to find for a longest time. There was a shortage of it. So when I had access to it, I bought several boxes to make sure I had enough. I'm hoping I have enough to do my whole upper level. I know I'll have to buy more track and turnouts, but anyways, what I found with where my swing gate is, that the foam was too soft and it allowed too much. It just wasn't stable, where when the gate came and closed and I had it locked in, the track would still flex back and forth and up and down. And it just, I would have times where I could set a train on and running around while I'm working on my workbench, and it'd run 50, 60 laps, whatever, and be fine. Shut it off, go eat dinner or whatever, come back down, turn it on and running around. And now I all of a sudden start having cars derail, temperature change, whatever. So I ended up redoing that with the cork roadbed. Cork is going to be a little more stable, a little more resilient to temperature, humidity change than that stuff is. So while I'm not planning on converting, or I'm planning on converting as little of the track or the roadbed that I've done already. The Woodland Scenic stuff is fine. It's saying I'm not, in fact, up here, I actually lifted some track off of here because I knew it was going to be a bit, and used it on, to get my bottom loop done before I got this track in. And this is going to stay here. I have no issues with it. But I have had to go back in a few spots and redo the topper tape, mainly because I was putting in a turnout switch, whatever you want to call it. And it just wasn't right. So, and plus there's a height difference between that and the cork. So, but anyways, I wanted to jump on here. I'll, here in a minute, I'm going to flip the camera around and kind of give you a quick tour of what you've kind of already seen, and kind of give you what my plans are. I've decided to, if you look back here, if you've watched some of my other videos, this was going to be rip track here, rip track area. I'm actually planning on, that's not my plans anymore. I'm actually going to extend my yard now back another, by me extending my yard, that's going to allot me at least another 8 to 10 car, 8 to 10 more cars in the yard for this yard, because this is my major yard in a sense. My yard, Egremont yard, is where majority of the traffic comes into. There'll be some that does come in on the upper level at the Montana yard, but majority of it's going to come in here. So I've determined that I need a little more track space, or as much as I can get here. So, but anyways, I've done enough jabbering. Before we switch it around, and the camera around, that is, and give you kind of a tour. If you like this, like and subscribe. If you're on TikTok, jump over to TikTok. We're on there under the same name. Follow us there. If you're on Facebook, we have a Facebook page, Model Railroad Talk. Like there, we're planning on this year trying to stay on top more of the social media outlets, and at least have something there. Look us up. Our audio podcast is Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Music, whatever, podcasts, iHeartRadio, several, almost all the platforms that's out there. So check us out there. Like I said, this year we're kind of not changing, but adding to our format for there. So, but if you like this, encourage you to subscribe, and share. That helps us out. We enjoy doing this, and we're we've decided also that, I have decided that, you know, my whole premise for starting this podcast is everyday guy doing model railroading that we all love, right? I'm not a master model railroader, and by no means am I cutting them down. That is awesome. Yes, I would love to do it. I just don't have the time with work, family, building a railroad. And even if I had the railroad built, my life, I just don't have the time. And while I commend them and I do look up to the master model railroaders, they're far and few in between. So where does that leave the rest of us? Your average everyday guy. So that's what this whole audio podcast video is about, is, hey, everyday guy stuff. So I've kind of decided to not worry about doing the intro stuff. There's a lot of channels out there, not cutting them down. Hey, it's their thing. I did have intros and this and that and all the fancy graphics for the intro and stuff. I don't have the time to do that. I'll be honest with you. I want to be honest with you guys. But, so we're not doing that anymore. This is just going to be me jumping on here. When I get time, we'll still be doing lives. So I guess I did a few of those, and that may be why you may see this as, oh, well, it's a little different. It doesn't have the intro, and a lot of it has to do with time. If I was able to do this full time, say retire, which I'm not the youngest bird in the nest, but I'm also a little ways away from being able to retire and do this full time. So that's it. That being said, and jabbered on long enough, let's give me a second here. I'm actually going to, and here once again, this is the everyday guy thing. So bear with me while I adjust my holder, and this is being recorded on my tablet. So that's why it's a little different, but you can see I don't have my lock pin in, but you can see without my lock pin in, you know what? Let's do it this way. Bear with me, folks. We are going to take you actually just off. There we go. But you can see with my lock pin in, it's not quite lining up, but as soon as I put my lock pin in, it all lines up. But where I was having a problem is right here of this fluctuating up and down and side to side, not the base, but with that road bed. But as you can see here, I've got both my tracks now. This outside one is going to eventually reconnect in with my incline that goes up to the upper level right there. Okay. Then this one, right here, is yes, it's continuous run, but it is, like we've discussed before, it is part of the operating scheme. Oh, and I'll show you. These are the 1, 2, and yes, I have a sticky note on right here. 3, and back there 4, because I need to renumber them because they only sold them in 2 numbers, but those are those Broadways. Side note. As you can see, a lot more rail cars probably from the last time we did a video tour, but this is where I'm going to extend my tracks down. That'll give me a lot more. This train is actually going to be put away. This is just out for holiday season kind of thing. While I have my sky backdrop up, it's poster board. And if you're anywhere near a Hobby Lobby, that's what that's from. But this is, once I move my chair out of the way, this is where things change. I have a curved turnout in here that I'm fine tuning. I have that connects in here, so I've got a crossover from the inside track for the circle loop. This outside one is the one that takes off to the upper level. That connects in over here. I have a crossover here to get to the inside track. And as you can see, that goes in and back over, crosses back over, and goes back around. The purpose of that is for right here. Not only do I have a track here, I haven't decided if this is going to be an industry or a just like a team track, but right here, this track right here is coming around, and this is all with this weekend. Obviously I got stuff stacked up, but it's going to come out. Yes, that is a turnout there that's going to go into 2, but as you can see, it's going to curve around and go all the way down there. We are going to, this will all be moved, and I'm trying to hang on to this so I don't stop it, but this will come down to about right here and end, and from here up we'll have several industries in there. We are planning on getting the Walther's movie drive-in and getting a tablet in it. The CEO, the boss lady, the girlfriend, she likes the Fast and Furious movies, so it's going to be playing that. But as you can see, there isn't really a lot that has changed with the railroad. But there definitely is enough that it is definitely has changed some. Let me change this a little bit. Sorry, folks. So anyways, just wanted to jump on here, give you guys a video. Haven't done a video for a while. We have done live a few weeks back, but with the holidays and stuff, it just makes it very difficult. So wanted to jump on here, give you a video. You know, this is the way it is. You know, just not playing, or I shouldn't say not playing, but you know, just this is the way it is. This is the video, you know. So thank you for watching, and remember, if you like this, subscribe. Check out our other avenues, our audio podcast on all majority of the platforms that do podcasts. Find us on TikTok. Find us on Facebook. You can also go to our website, www.modelrailroadtalk.com, and reach out to us. We have forums on there and stuff like that, plus that are free. We don't charge. Plus, you can reach out to us at modelrailroadtalk@gmail.com, and give us a few days. We do actually get a fair amount of email, so we will respond, but it may take a few days. But thank you for watching. Look forward to the future with you guys, and until the next video, keep your train on the tracks.